Good morning, warriors. It is a great morning today, and we're back again with another episode of uh, Morning Retention Talk. This is January 13th, 2022, and I want to thank everybody for the comments, likes, subscriptions, and also the donations, and we'll talk about those in a couple seconds here. But I always like to shout out to people who are helping and kind of helping us with the cause. The main thing is that we're trying to kind of just keep everything going for the 1% Club, and I'm doing it in the way that I can. I never would have thought about doing this a few years back ago, but now since I'm on this purpose and I see the benefits of all this, I do want to share my experience with other people, and so that's kind of what I'm doing it for. And so I hope that it helps, and it sounds like from the comments that you guys are sending that we're doing some right things here, and so we'll continue focusing on that. So I want to shout out to Matthew Clanfer. Matthew, thank you for the donation, and also Babba for a nice comment. We'll kind of talk about both of those in a couple minutes here. But I appreciate any kind of donation, and I don't care what the amount really is of the donation. I think that the main thing is it just let me know from that feedback that you guys do understand and appreciate, my efforts, and I appreciate that as well. And so I'm using all that money to kind of build myself up to get a more of a computer and a webcam and things like that. So I'm trying to kind of put that money aside to kind of help us put back into what we're doing here. So I appreciate anything that you're doing from that respect. And once again, a shout out to Matthew for that. So thank you, Matthew. And then Babba, a great comment and question that we're going to kind of focus on and talk about a little bit. So the idea that Bob is kind of referring to here and is asking about really is kind of learning to achieve goals. Now he's referring in his comments to things like learning languages and trying to kind of adapt to different types of societies and worlds that we're in. So let me kind of talk about that a little bit in the sense of retention, which is I always try to bring things back to retention. Is kind of the main thing that we talk about. Obviously, it's important to realize the benefits of retention. So thank you, Babba. First of all, shout out to Babba for the question. Wonderful question to ask about this. So, and I think we've done some work with this when we talk about different benefits of retention. But as we talk about this, remember that your life is changed. Back when you didn't do retention, and I'm going to refer to myself more than anything else in this, back when I didn't do retention, yes, I achieved goals. I did things. I finished a lot of education. I was able to achieve things in business and different types of things over the years. And so you have energy. You're going to achieve some things. But the feeling that you have with those achievements wasn't the same as I feel now. And I feel a whole different way. And as I said, I feel like I did back when I was 12, 13 years old, before I embarked on all this, temptation and everything for the last 40 some years, 45 years, whatever it was, and get myself in the situations where I didn't really enjoy it. The problem with all of this is that you tend to lose your focus. You tend to get more anxious. You tend to have more problems when it comes to all kinds of things because you're losing energy. Your health is not as good. You have problems with all kinds of other anxieties and depression, things like this. And so the key, guys, is to kind of focus on really looking at the benefits of retention. And so the two great benefits of retention that I think applies to what Bob is saying is A, focus. All right. So focus is the one of them. So the idea of focusing means focusing on a goal. And if you want to learn language, for instance, the idea of learning a new language, whether you're learning English coming to the United States, or you're learning, French when you go to France, all those things take effort but takes focus. And so as you look at your goals, You have to focus on your goals. You can do that better when you're retaining, because one of the benefits is stronger focus. And this is why it's important. Now, what I would suggest when it comes to languages, and this is how I ended up learning languages and different types of languages, was to create a vocabulary list. And I think Babba mentioned this in the email, that basically what you're doing is learning words first. Now you can learn grammar and structure and all those punctuation things, but you have to kind of learn words first. And so the key is to learn words. So I used to always create vocabulary lists and definitions of words every time I saw a new word. So this is what I would recommend for those who are learning new languages, and focus on the fact that you want to learn this language and see yourself speaking the language. And so that's a key benefit of retention, is being stronger on the focus. Have more strength that the focus you're going to have is going to allow you to become like a laser in on those things, and try to create a vocabulary list of new words. And every time you hear a new word, look it up. And I don't care if you're looking in a French dictionary, Italian dictionary, an English dictionary, you're learning a different word. And so go ahead and use that and focus on applying it then somewhere in your daily life. Look at ways to apply the word. Now, I would also say that, especially in the United States, my wife plays a lot of Scrabble. This is another type of game that forms words, and you have to use words. So find games and things you can do to use to have words, and try to use words. You can actually do Scrabble online too. But all these things are also online. But if you have to go get the game as well. So these are a couple suggestions I would have for people who want to focus on language. But we go back to the whole idea of retention. The idea is that you're going to focus better. The other thing is you build your confidence. And the fact that, Babba, you're thinking about this means you're confident, more confident. And the fact that you want to attempt it. Don't give up on it. Don't give up on learning languages and doing different things. Because the idea is that you just have to it all becomes like a puzzle. There's nothing impossible, my friends. There's nothing impossible in this world. The reason why we fail is because 99% of the times we don't try. Are there times when we don't achieve the absolute goal? Sure. If you're in a sporting event, you may come in second place, of course. But the effort you made, all the things you did, makes you a winner. And a lot of times people don't always associate that, but in real life, that's really what it is. You're achieving something. All the achievements you made to get to that point, it builds a habit for more achievements. As long as you don't give up, which is the other benefit of retention, is you keep that retention, you keep that confidence level. You're not depressed as much. You don't have anxiety. You're not fearful. You have faith that things are going to do well. And so that, I don't care if it's learning a language. I don't care if it's learning how to ride a bicycle when you're real young. I mean, look at bicycles when you're kids. We drive that bicycle. We fall off all the time. We get back up and go again. I mean, it's really a pattern of learning how to do it. And so as long as you don't give up, you're going to continue doing it. And this is where the persistence and attention of retention helps a lot, by continuing to get benefits of focusing and perseverance and keeping going, because you're not going to give up. Same thing with video game. A lot of you guys play video games out there. The first time you see a video game, your mind is all over the place. It's confusing. It looks like I'm never going to figure this out. I remember a couple of games that I played with my son years ago. We couldn't figure it out at first. But for some reason, how the mind works, as time goes on, you look at this thing and you look at this thing and you see it, and finally you figure it out. And it's just amazing how that mind works. Same thing with reading a book. You read a book for the first time. The first time you see certain things, you go read it a second time, now you notice other things. Your mind works to try to solve the puzzle of life, but you can't do that if you're losing all your energy. And that's part of the issue. All right, guys. So, once again, shout out to Babba. Thank you for the great comment and question. I hope I helped answer a little bit. I may do a special video on goals again. There are a few of them that I put into the channel, but check and see if there's something that you want me to add more to it. I'm happy to do that. Same thing. Thank you, Matthew. Once again, a shout out to Matthew Clanfer. You wonderful, and I appreciate every kind of help and donation that we get. So once again, guys, I hope you have a great day today. This is January 13th, 2022, and all I can say is have a great day and battle on.